Yeah, no, I mean, I'm happy with our group. Love the love the guys that we've had here. Boy, we've had a lot. It seems like this year, a lot of guys have come through the door in different situations, and then, like you say, I'm really happy for the guys that have been here and have moved on and are contributing to Vancouver.
14 points during an 8-game win streak. What does Sheldon Rempel, who's your leading scorer, what does he mean to your team?
Yeah, no, I think it's Remps is one of those guys who's when he came in at the start of the year, we're trying to find the right maybe the niche for him. It's hard to believe the guy didn't score in his first 8 games,
Hmm.
and here's a guy that I think just needed a little bit of a shot in the arm or a little bit of confidence, and we certainly have that in Sheldon, and he's done a great job. And I talk about the Sheldons a lot. They've played together down here, and they've seemed to feed off each other. But and every time too that something or someone goes down or called up, etc., those guys seem to be the guys that are really stepping up for us.
Trent, a lot of people up here talk about Jack Rathbone quite a bit, and you can understand why. One of the top prospects in Abbotsford hasn't been called up yet, but just give us your views on his development, the ups and downs this year.
No, I think Jack. We've always said this, or I've always said this. Jack hasn't played a lot of games in his pro career, and that's one of those things that we're happy that he's getting more games in. I wish we can have a stint here. I don't know if that's still possible for him to get like a 30 game package together. But I love how he's obviously he's a catalyst on the power play. He moves pucks really well. He's got a great shot. Makes him a dangerous guy. And then it's nice for us to be able to work with him a little bit more on five and defensively and reading rushes. And as we do with this with kind of all the young defensemen, I think that the more he plays, the better it becomes for him.
The other guy I want to ask you about is Klimovich. He's just turned 19. He's not very old, and he started as an 18-year-old, which is unheard of in the American Hockey League. But talk about his development this year in Abbotsford.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I mean, I don't think there's a young hockey player who's had more challenges than Danila. I mean, he's first of all, as you said, he's 18 years old. He's learning a new language in a different country. At home, his family has been in crazy situations with the war. I don't even know what you call it, conflict that's happening in his home. Young man just got married not too long ago. I know I saw that on social media, and some people have. So this guy has lived about 10 lives, I feel like, in the last 8 months. And so Danila's is on ice. Is getting better. Here's a guy who's so raw and just so much stuff, and the learning that he has had to. I don't think there's been a demand for him to play with how he played with his teammates or playing within a system, and so they all can have a common thread together. And I think he's learned a ton. And sometimes those first years are a huge struggle, and a lot of times it's just about survival. And I think Danila's done a really good job.
I want to ask you about Vasili Podkolzin. You're going to have him available for the playoffs. A lot of people are expecting he's going to go down there, score a ton of points, the whole 9 yards. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. The American League's a very, very tough league. How do you plan to use him, and what are you expecting from Vasili in the playoffs?
Well, I guess I'd really be excited to have him come play for us. I mean, as any coach would be, but I mean, where that goes is probably up to Vasily. And I think I'd be excited to coach him just from afar. I've just been a fan like everybody else, and seeing how his progression's been great. And Bruce has done a great job with him. It seems like he's really hitting his stride. And you know what, for us down here, I think we have to wait and see how it goes for him. He's going to be a guy who's going to get a chance to play, I'm sure, in all situations. And but you know what, like you say, we have to wait and see. It's different when you come down here. It plays different. And so he's spent all year just getting himself acclimated to the NHL and doing a great job. So now it might be a bit of an adjustment phase, and we hope we have some time. We don't know. I mean, we're heading into a best of three. So it's the first of 2 wins, and we're hoping to accomplish that wherever it is, and then we'll kind of go from there.
We saw Spencer Martin with the Vancouver Canucks. Trent, what can you tell us about his progress? He has himself a new contract.
Yeah, no, Spencer's a great story. I mean, here's a guy who came in, and we had 3 goalies, as we know here, and it's not sometimes ideal just because I loved all three goaltenders. I had a history with Spencer because I've been coaching against him for the last couple of years and knew him fairly well. So didn't get as many games probably as I'm sure he would have liked to start the year. And but all three guys could say that. And then from there, though, I thought every time he went in, he just kept building his game. Had a lot of time to work with Curtis Sanford, our goalie coach down here. Did a great job, and he stayed hungry, stayed positive. Was an absolute pro about everything that was happening down here. And whenever he was called upon, he did his job and has continued to do that. And very, very good for him. Happy for him and the organization to have that commitment with him in the future.
Do you talk to Bruce Boudreau very much, Trent?
We're text a lot. Like when he first came in, I went down there, seen a couple games, and said hello. And so it was a time where I'm like, holy, keep it going, kind of thing. So we texted quite a bit, and I've been kind of quiet lately. I know they've got a lot on their plate. So, but and us too. We've been traveling a lot in a lot of games, but I haven't talked to him here in the last couple of weeks.
Do you have an idea, getting to know him a little bit through text, etc., what makes him a successful head coach at the highest level?
I probably not so much through texting, but I just see he's a good human being. I mean, sometimes that's first and foremost. Yeah. He's a good man, and I think people like coming to work with him. Looks like every day, players love to play for him. You can certainly see that. I would say a coach's, I guess you'd say, benchmark. I think when we're being honest with ourselves, is that we want to make sure that everybody on our team is achieving what they're doing or try to overachieve. And those are things that I think that he's brought in. And you got a bunch of players that are now achieving what they maybe should be doing and guys that are overachieving. And I think that's the benchmark for all of us as coaches that we want to try to create.
Trent, a ton of talk in Vancouver about Boudreau if he's going to be back next year. What about you? Would you like to come back? It is a new regime. You know what? What are your thoughts on coming back in Abbotsford next year for you?
Yeah, no, I'm a hockey coach. This is my job, so of course, maybe at some point I'd like to move on or whatever. But I'm really happy with I love coming to work every day. It's been great for me. I've had a lot of support here through the years that I've worked for Vancouver. Pretty much got the best boss in the world with Ryan Johnson. This guy does a great job. Really, really excited to work for him. And I love my staff. I got a great staff here in Abbotsford. We've kind of always worked as our own little unit here, but great guys to come to work with every day. We have some fun, but we also like that we're doing a good job with our young players and giving our guys a chance to play some playoff hockey.
And Trent, 4 years for you in Utica. Has the move to Abbotsford been a smooth one?
Yeah, no. I mean, coaching's coaching. I didn't bring my family here just with the pandemic and everything that's going on, and they're at different ages. I have 3 sons and a wife back in New York, but that's always an adjustment. But it's given me more time to kind of dig in with my hockey players and my team, and it's been good.
Trent, I know you've got a few regular season games to play, scheduled to play Henderson in that opening round, best of 3 opening round. Thanks for doing this. Best of luck. I know you're busy.
Oh, no, thanks for having me, guys. And there's plenty of adversity still left here, adversity as we like to call it here. So we have no idea who will end up playing, and who knows over the last 3 games. It's really tight. So whether we're at home or on the road or whatever happens here, but we're looking forward to some playoff hockey for sure.
Thanks, Trent.
Thanks, guys.